Hello everybody, welcome to another tarot reading. My name is Amber and this is Earthy Indigo. I hope that you are doing very well today or tonight or whenever it is that you are tuning in to this reading. It is bright and early on a Sunday morning at the time of this recording. I think it's probably about 4:30 in the morning right now. I was woken up at around 3 o'clock this morning by my sweet, beautiful little kitty who decided that 3 o'clock in the morning was a great time to play. And I figured, well, hey, let's play with some tarot while we're awake anyway, or I'm awake anyway. So that's what we're going to do here. I don't have any idea what direction this reading is going to go. We're just going to pull some cards and see what happens. So we're going to start off with the zodiac sign deck. Welcome back, returning subscribers. New subscribers, I hope that everybody is doing beautiful today. I hope that you have coffee if that is your beverage of choice, or something to drink while we are watching this. If this is your first time tuning in, please do know that this is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to come across it, it's when you are meant to hear these messages. And if I say things like he, she, masculine, feminine, I am talking about energy, not talking about gender, so flip it, switch it, reverse it, whatever you want to do. Please do note that I prefer the term divine partner to twin flame, so I don't usually use twin flame, I use divine partner. Alright, let's get into this. So we're going to start off with Cancer and the 4th house, and I'm really not surprised that Cancer showed up. We had a lot of 4th house energy in the previous reading that I did the other day. So somebody here could be a Cancer or have strong Cancer placement. Somebody here could be dealing with some matters. I was going to say matters of the heart, but what I meant to say was family matters. So there could be something here to do with family situations. Maybe there's something emotional here with family. Maybe for some of you, I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm sort of getting this feeling like this crab person right here, and now I'm getting South Park, crab people. Maybe somebody here watches South Park, or has recently decided not to watch South Park, wherever you land on that. But it's sort of this feeling of like this crab person here is hiding from whatever this is. And that doesn't look like it's very friendly. It also kind of doesn't really look like it's looking for this crab person, whatever this sea monster is. It just kind of looks like it's lurking. So I wonder what this crab is doing there. Very interesting. And it kind of looks almost like there's water, like this crab person is sitting in water, even though they are in water. Does that make sense? Almost like there's a secret hidden ocean inside of the ocean that they're already in. Maybe somebody here is going really, really deep within their emotions. Maybe somebody has found some sort of like a hidden emotional well. Maybe there's some hidden emotional depths that you are, I don't know, becoming aware of for some of you maybe. We have Gemini here with the number 3. So the month of March could be significant, as well as April with 3 and 4. I am seeing progression as well with the numbers 3 and 4. 43 could be significant, or 34 for some here. So somebody could be a Gemini or have strong Gemini placements. Somebody here might also be dealing with, because Geminis they're the twins, you know, I do always kind of get that feeling of the divine partner, higher level soulmate situation. For some of you, maybe there's some sort of like a mirror soul connection. Those don't always have to be romantic, although a mirror divine partner is definitely a thing. Mirror souls, I personally feel anyway, that they don't have to necessarily be romantic. I'm kind of feeling for some of you, maybe you're dealing with a family member that might be a Gemini, possibly even a Cancer. We also have Capricorn here as well, so it could be a Capricorn. Sorry if you hear any background noise. My kitty is still up and active. Her name is Banshee, if anybody is curious. She is a rescue. I rescued her from Mount Shasta over the summer, and she's become her own little cute kitty self, and I'm really proud of her because she started off being very, very scared and timid. She hid a lot, and now she is just her own her own person, or her own cat, I guess now. And she's really good friends with my dog, so that's nice that they get along. I also just kind of want to mention, we're going to get to Capricorn, sorry Capricorns, but I just kind of want to mention the fact that, like, that's something that I've been sort of like noticing the last couple of days, is how well my dog and my cat have been getting along with each other. And I just feel like that's just so symbolic and significant for where we are energetically as a collective. You know, currently, the fact that my dog and my cat, two completely, totally opposite creatures, two that are supposed to not get along very well. They're pretty close friends. And I also can't help but notice the fact that my dog is masculine and my cat is feminine, and they get along. So it's kind of like a yin and a yang almost situation. Maybe somebody here is kind of getting in tune with their own personal yin and yang. Because I do feel like we all have feminine and masculine within us. So maybe there's some sort of like a balancing going on here. I'm kind of feeling that too with the Cancer. I'm getting sort of Piscean energy as well. Maybe somebody is like dreamy or fantasizing about something. Okay, let's move on. Capricorn. So we have Capricorn here with the number 10. That could also reduce down to the number 1. So it's very interesting to me. So for some of you, this could have something to do with a work situation, because we have Capricorn here. And Capricorns are very hard workers. There could also be something here to do with, like, it could be something to do with a Saturn return or Saturn in general, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. For some of you, maybe there's something karmic here. Okay, this is interesting. For some of you, you may be a literal twin. You might be an actual twin. And there's something here to do with your twin sibling. Or maybe you have siblings that are twins in your family or something like that. There's something here to do with a twin or a set of twins. Could have something to do with work. For others of you, I'm a little fuzzy on that message. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like getting a card on Capricorn. Let's see here. What can we do? I'm just going to grab this deck. We're going to grab, actually, no. Let's do this. I'm going to grab this. I want to get a card just for Capricorn. We're going to pull some more of these for you as well, but I feel like there's more information here with Capricorn. And for some reason, I feel like the energy of the planet Saturn is sort of blocking that for some reason. Again, I'm just kind of getting like I'm getting the dark side of the moon, which I don't really, I mean, I guess we have Cancer here, which rules the moon. There could be something fixed about this situation, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure that all three of these signs are mutable. I know Capricorn is mutable. I'm pretty sure Cancer is mutable. I'm not sure about Gemini. Can we get a card for Capricorn? Can I get just more information about Capricorn? Thank you. I'm going to set this here because we're going to go back to this deck. February. Okay, interesting, because I was picking up on Pisces with this symbol here, and February is Pisces. So there could be something significant about January and February. Maybe Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces season. For some of you, there could be something significant that took place in February. For some of you, this could have something to do with your dreams. Okay, that would make sense. So for some of you, maybe there's something here about like a dream. Maybe it was a financial dream or a career dream. There was like an incompatibility. I'm just feeling an incompatibility with like Cancer and Gemini and Capricorn. Like I just feel kind of like Cancer, this sounds really weird, but I kind of feel like, and this is just energies, but I feel like the energy of Cancer and Gemini, they kind of like flow more together, and then Capricorn's coming in here like, Like this isn't working. Maybe Capricorn's the boss in this situation. There's something about this that's not working because there was something that wasn't stable. Interesting. We're going to get back into that. I want to get more information on this in the tarot, but let's get some more signs from the stars before we do that. Let's try to keep it on the table. Okay, we have quite a few. Some of them went on the ground, so give me a second. Okay, so we have Uranus. So there's Aquarian energy coming out here. So I really do feel like for some of you, something significant took place in the beginning of the year, or will take place in the beginning of next year. I'm kind of feeling this as being past energy, so that's how I'm going to roll with it. Apply it how it resonates for you. But I feel like it's very possible that something took place in the beginning of this year, whatever year it is that you were watching it. It could have been in February specifically. It could have been an Aquarius season in February, which I believe is before February 19th, but I'm not positive on that. So double check that if that resonates for you. Could be something here to do with like a lot of like thinking. Maybe somebody here has been thinking a lot about something. Maybe them thinking a lot about a family situation, or a career situation. Maybe there's something here to do with how a family situation, or sorry, I was going to say how a career situation is affecting a family. But it came out as how a family situation is affecting a career. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because usually you're looking for a work-life balance where you're looking for more time away from work so you can spend more time with family. In this situation, is somebody looking to, or maybe this was past, maybe you were escaping family situations or family responsibilities through work. Or somebody you're dealing with was doing that. Maybe there's something here about like, I just feel like there's a disconnect here between like the family and Capricorn, or sorry, not Capricorn, work. Maybe there is something specific about a Capricorn. I also find it interesting that Gemini and Cancer are coming up together in this energy. Especially if you consider like the zodiac sign, it goes Gemini and then Cancer, which we have 3, 4 here, but it came out the other way around. Somebody here could have been pretty indecisive about a family situation. Maybe somebody is indecisive about their feelings. That can make sense. Maybe somebody here is more, maybe they feel more comfortable in work situations, or they feel more comfortable in being practical. I'm getting kind of a masculine energy here, where they feel more comfortable being in the 3D than they do being in their emotions. Maybe it's easier for them to like, you know, problem solve with work situations than it is for them to problem solve in family situations, or when it comes to emotions. We have birds. So birds may be significant to somebody here. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of birds. I saw 2 murders of crows. Well, they were ravens, but sorry, hiccup. Yesterday. And I found that very interesting because I don't usually see like a whole murder of ravens. Usually it's just like 1 or 2. But, and I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at me for saying that word. Like that's what they're called. Sorry if that bothers anybody, but like, let's just be adults here for a second, because that's literally what they're called. It's not called a flock when it comes to crows and ravens, just for anybody who's like, oh no, you can't say that word. But yeah, I saw 2 of them yesterday, and I found that to be very interesting. And then I saw 3 ravens, and this was again yesterday. I saw 3 ravens separate from the murder, and it was like one of them was attacking 2 of the ravens. And they were just kind of like in the air, and like this one raven just wouldn't stop attacking the other 2 ravens, and they were like trying to fight them off. It was really interesting. I don't know if there's symbology there for somebody here, but you know, could be something to do with birds. Maybe you like to watch birds. Maybe there's a specific bird. For some reason, maybe that's somebody's last name. Maybe bird is somebody's last name. I just kind of feel like that word is starting to sound really weird, which is interesting. We have rainbow. So I heard rainbow baby. That could be significant for somebody here. If you don't know what that is, then that's probably not a message for you. But that could definitely be a significant message for somebody here. Rainbows, to me, they always talk about, like, you know, that was in the Bible, that was God's promise, right? That he wouldn't flood the earth again after Noah built the ark. So it's kind of like maybe there's some sort of a promise here. Maybe you've made a promise to your family, or maybe they've made a promise to you. Interesting, very interesting. Maybe there's some sort of significance of 40 days and 40 nights. Maybe you've been going through some sort of like a dark night of the soul type of thing, and maybe it's been 40 days or 40 nights or something like that. I'm also kind of getting like with the birds here in the rainbow, maybe it's the specific bird is a dove, which I don't know if you know this. I learned this actually. It's a little random weird fact. Doves and pigeons are of the same family. So the only difference really between a dove and a pigeon is that pigeons are bigger usually, and they also tend to be like gray in color. But doves can actually be black too. Did you know that? Like ravens can be white, doves can be black. So it's very interesting for whoever needs to know that. I found that to be really interesting. Because they sound very similar too, if you think about it, the way that they coo. But anyway, we have dragonfly. And dragonflies can talk about transformation. So there could be something here, something transformative about, I don't know, like I feel like for some of you, maybe it's a mindset. Maybe it's a mindset about family or a mindset regarding work. We have short hair. Somebody could have short hair. I feel like that came out in the last reading as well. We have the moon. So I'm not surprised that the moon showed up with Cancer here. Also, if you are watching this at the time of upload, it is the new moon. So happy new moon. I think it's a new moon in... I honestly can't remember. Oh wait, look, I have my calendar right here. It's a new moon in Virgo. I think it's a new moon in Virgo. It's also a solar eclipse. So that's interesting because when we had the full moon, it was a lunar eclipse, and now we're having a new moon and it's a solar eclipse. So that could be significant as well. Somebody could be having some, for some of you, it's like maybe your career has been eclipsing your family life. Because of the fact that it's a solar eclipse, and the solar eclipse is the sun, and for me the sun represents masculine energy, and masculine energy is usually like work and the 3D and the tangible, you know, earthly stuff. I'm kind of getting that here. There could have been something where like there was some sort of a work situation or a career situation that put a blockage on family connections, or maybe just even being able to like, maybe it was even like a romantic blockage. There could be something here to do, especially with that rainbow baby coming out here. That could be significant for someone as well. I have a little hair right there. So the moon, which does rule Cancer, it's also a celestial representation to me of the divine feminine. So somebody here might resonate with the divine feminine. Maybe somebody is getting in touch with their own internal divine feminine. We have hearts. Yeah, so I really do feel like this is matters of the heart. Maybe somebody is really getting in touch with their heart chakra, getting in touch with their feelings, their wants, and their desires. Maybe somebody is really tapping into the energy of love. You know, and love doesn't have to be romantic. Love is what makes the world go round. It's what, you know, it's in everything. I'm just going to leave that there because I could literally just go on a complete and total like tangent rabbit hole when it comes to how I feel about love and how important I feel that love, not being in love, not romantic love, which isn't in and of itself important, but just love in general is such a huge, important thing, I feel, for this planet, for us as people, for the future of our world. You know, I just really, really do. And I think that there was once upon a time, I think there was a man who had very similar thoughts. And I think there's a lot of people who might, you know, who still to this day spread that message, you know. Love thy neighbor as thyself, right? Daisies. Somebody's name could be Daisies. For some of you, there's some sort of this has something to do with grief, which again is not surprising, especially considering where we are and the current energies, the events of possibly even this weekend. I've been trying really hard to stay off of the internet. You know, aside from like my social media platforms, I am pretty good about, you know, keeping the energies peaceful. But recently I haven't really been keeping up on world events because the energies are just pretty intense right now. And for my own personal well-being, I just prefer not to dive too deep into that. So daisies could be significant for someone here this weekend. I do know that there are some events that are going on, so that could be significant as well. It's just like a lot of you know, it's kind of like, it's like a heavy heart that is finally starting to feel lighter. And I don't know how to say this other than what's coming through to me, so I'm just going to say it as it's coming through to me. It's like, imagine like a heart, but it's like hollow, right? And it's filled up with all of these tears of emotion, whatever that is for you. And I feel like there's been a release. It's been like an emotional release. And I feel like a lot of these, you know, it's kind of like if you have a water bottle and you leave water in there for an extended period of time, it becomes stagnant, right? You don't really want to drink that water anymore. It's not really very good water. And I kind of feel like that's how it was. Like these emotions in this heart have just been kind of stagnant. They've just kind of been sitting there, you know, and this release has not only allowed them to come out and to be released, but it's also allowed new emotional waters to come in and do some cleansing and clearing and, you know, refreshing of that energetic space. I really hope that makes sense, and I hope that message was, you know, finds the person it was meant for. But that's just like the best way that I can describe this feeling that I'm getting here. And then we have Capricorn again. So strong Capricorn coming out here. That is double confirmation for me. So somebody could be a Capricorn or have very strong Capricorn placements within their chart. Again, this could have something to do with someone could be having a Saturn return. We have a necklace. There could be some sort of a significance here with a necklace. Maybe if somebody here has a moon, a rainbow, a dragonfly, or a heart on their necklace. Maybe a daisy, but I'm not really feeling that one as much. But necklace. And then we have August. So yeah, again, I'm really not surprised with that. We have been getting Leo a lot, and I do feel like the recent Lionsgate portal was really energetically significant for a lot of people. I do feel like it was like the start of a massive shift, to be honest. And then we have new moon. Yeah, well, happy new moon. Like I said, today is the new moon. According to my calendar, if I'm reading it correctly, it seems like it's the new moon in Virgo. And it is a solar eclipse. So there's confirmation on that. I'm going to pause real quick because my nose is running and I have to go catch it, and then we will jump into the tarot. So 1 second. All right, guys. Thank you for your patience. Hopefully I can sit back down without knocking everything over. All right, so let's jump into the tarot. We're going to start off with the Witch's Tarot. I don't know. I'm going blank on the tarot deck names. It's not something that I feel is I don't personally feel it's really important to put the name out, but I know a lot of you guys like that, so I try to do that. If it's really important for you, let me know in the comments and I will tell you. I'll find the box and I'll tell you the exact name and who the author is and everything like that. But for now, let's get into this. So what messages do we have for the collective here today? We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, starting off strong. That's really nice to start off with an ace. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. We are going to take that. We have the Lovers as well. Wow, we have the Lovers and we have Death. And we have the Seven of Wands. Very interesting. Okay, we're going to talk about that. But let's start off here with the Ace of Swords. So there is definitely a new beginning for whoever this is resonating for. For some of you, there could be a new, I call them aha moments. It can be whatever it is for you, some sort of clarity, like a divine clarity. There's like, for some of you, you could be starting off on a new path, but you're informed. It's like an informed decision. Does that make sense? There's something here to do with this truth, whatever truth you learned. Okay, I'm being drawn to this sword right here. Can you see this wall? I hope you can. I don't know if you can tell, but it's glowing, and it looks like there's like lightning coming out of it, and all of the birds. Okay, so at first I thought the birds were flying away from the sword, but it's very possible that for some of you, the lightning is actually creating the sword. For others of you, it's kind of like whatever this divine clarity is, because that's what the sword is. This is the divine coming in and saying, hey, collective, here you go. Here's this new idea. Here's this new clarity. Here's the truth. Here's the divine truth about a situation. And it's kind of almost like when that happens, I'm getting this feeling of like thunder cracking. Now I'm getting a song. Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. So for some of you, maybe it was a truth about, maybe there's some infidelity in a relationship, but I feel like whatever it was, whenever you found this truth, it was like a, I don't know, it was almost like the heavens shook in a way. I can't explain it in any lesser terms, but there was like a bunch of, I don't know, maybe chaotic or negative energies. I want to say third party, but there's definitely more than three that just kind of like dispersed. Like whatever it was, whatever this aha moment was, I'm just getting this crack of thunder. Like that's just, I'm hearing like a crack of thunder. And it's like as soon as that happens, all of the chaotic energies, all of the negative energies, all of these influences in your life just suddenly became very illuminated and clear. And they were like, oh snap. And they started to run. Right? And then look at what's the little kitty cat doing, which by the way, this does look like my little kitty cat. Watching all the birds like, oh wow, not only is my witch incredibly powerful, but look at all those little birdies. I think I might just go and catch myself one, right? Because it's a cat thing. And then we've got the magician here, right? And the magician has the sword of truth right here. So this magician is telling you that you have all of the tools that you need. You have all of the tools at your disposal to move forward with this manifestation. Not only do you have all of the tools at your disposal, but I do feel like this is divine intervention, for lack of a better term. This is divine clarity. You've been manifesting something for quite a while, and it's finally coming into fruition. And I think that for some of you, there was something that needed to be illuminated that has finally been illuminated for you. And maybe it has something to do with family situations. For some of you, it could just be like, for some of you, it's been a literal heart chakra opening. You've had heart, I think it's literally going to be different for everybody here, based on where you are on your own personal journey, but that's what I'm feeling here. And then with the lovers, yeah, the lovers can, we have Gemini energy again, but the lovers can talk about romantic relationships, right? But the lovers also talks about self-healing, and it can talk about choices, right? Because there's two, right? So for some of you, maybe you had a choice between two different paths, maybe career paths, maybe individuals. I kind of feel like it's two different paths. I feel like you were going down a path, right? That's how I'm taking it. Apply how it resonates for you, but this is the message that's coming through. You're going down a path, and you could have stayed on that path, and you could have learned lessons, right? But the divine came in here with some sort of clarity and was like, hey, collective, thunder crack, thunder rolls, lightning strikes, and it brought about an aha moment for you. It illuminated something for you that is setting you on the path of your true manifestations. Does that make sense? So you were manifesting, and on the path you have been manifesting this dream, and it was happening. I'm not saying that it wasn't. But whatever this divine clarity is, whatever this aha moment is that came in, it has now set you. It is now like that manifestation went from being something that might take 10 years to being like, let's do this, boo. Let's do this. Because you not only heard that crack of thunder, but you saw what was being illuminated. You saw what was being illuminated and you acknowledged it, which is a huge thing. Not everybody acknowledges it. Some people bury it. Some people, you know, chop it up to coincidences. Some people are just like, oh, maybe that was just in my mind. No, you saw what the divine was trying to show you. And now you're moving forward on your path. You made a decision. For some of you, it was a decision that needed to be made. You could be working with another person. For some of you, you could be literally working with your twin. Again, I'm getting twin here. So now, and maybe it is your divine partner. Maybe for some of you, maybe this path that you're on is going to be leading you to your divine partner, or maybe you found your divine partner. I'm not really sure. For others of you, I'm getting a very strong literal twin energy here. Like you yourself are a twin, or you are working with twins. Like, I just hear Austin Powers in my head. Twins, Basil, twins. And then we have death. We have Scorpio, right? With death, we also have Mars energy, masculine energy. But death and rebirth, right? So you put an end to a cycle, an old cycle, a cycle that you've been on, because now you are moving forward onto a new cycle. There's been an ending, but also a beginning. Because what do you see behind death here? Can you see it with the glare? I hope you can. There's two doors, right? One door is closed. One door is open. And what is death holding? He's holding that sword of truth, right? There's been a door that has been closed and another one is opening. And it's like, do you see how close this thread is right here? This cord, right? An energetic cord. How close it is to being severed here. Just going to take one last quick little thing. And here's the black kitty. One last little saw or cut or whatever you want to call it, and that cord is gone. For some of you, this has been an energetic cord. It could have been lifetimes, honestly. It could have taken lifetimes for you to finally sever this cord, but there's a door closing here. There's an ending, and this ending is bringing about a new beginning. Because that's how it goes, right? You can't go through a new door if you're still in the doorway of the past one, right? You have to fully close it before the new opportunity can come in. Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You might be feeling like you have to defend yourself or defend your position. You could be feeling like there's a lot of other energies or other people who might be trying to put their opinion on you or maybe try and get you to do what you wanted to do. For others of you, the Seven of Wands, that's that negative energy I was talking about. The, heart chakra clearing. You know, the Seven of Wands here, it was these energies that oh my goodness, pardon me, I'm telling y'all, somebody is definitely going through some heart chakra clearing right now. It's like an opening, I'm getting Avatar, The Last Airbender, belching bison. So if you don't know that show, I highly recommend that show. I absolutely love that show. The cartoon, the live action Netflix one, the recent one was pretty good. I watched the first season of it. I didn't watch the other ones. The movie, horrible, absolutely horrible. Just don't watch the movie at all. Pretend that never even happened. But the cartoon, the animated cartoon series, just chef's kiss to that one. I love that one so much. But yeah, anyway, like I said, there could have been like a lot of chaotic energy about Page of Cups. Yeah, I really do feel like for some of you, you're starting off on some sort of a new, how do I even say this? It's like a new heart energy. And I'm saying heart energy because I don't know how else to say that. So apply that how that resonates for you. But it's like an energy coming from the heart. It's very green, like the heart chakra is green. It's also a sense of like freeing. For some of you, maybe there's been like a lot of lying, a lot of deceits. Maybe you've been listening. Okay, that makes sense. Like the people that you've been listening to, these little birdies talking in your ear, chirping in your ear, have been deceitful. And the divine has brought in clarity about that. You could definitely, yeah, there's been a new perspective as well. Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. You could be, these people could have been gossiping about you. You could have been, honestly, when you were in this energy, you could have been involved in the gossip as well with the Queen of Pentacles here. But you are a very independent person. The Hanged Man and the Hierophant. I'm going to stop there because I feel like we're just getting more information going from the bottom, and I don't want to keep going from the bottom. But I do feel like for some of you, you've had some sort of a spiritual awakening, whatever that might be for you. I do also feel like it is a heart chakra awakening, whatever that might be for you as well. But yeah, you're definitely starting off. There's been a perspective shift here. Some of you have really gotten in touch with your divinity. Yeah, Judgment. Okay, like, look. So we have the Seven of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, Judgment, Queen of Wands. I'm stopping there, okay? But, like, this is just basically, like, confirming a lot of what I've been saying. So you've made some sort of a judgment call. And I think that it was with the aid of the divine, because the divine came in here and illuminated something for you with that crack of thunder and lightning, and you know, it showed you all of these birds that were hiding there. And maybe I'm not seeing them as being birds. I'm seeing them as being, like, I don't know, evil red eyes in the darkness. You imply that how that resonates for you. But I do feel like you're coming into your own. There's some sort of a new passionate, it could even be creative, like I said. I do feel like you're also getting more in touch with your divine, whatever that is for you. Maybe you're getting more, maybe you're meditating, like, specifically, or you're you know, communing with your guides, your ancestors, whatever that might be for you, praying. I don't really know. Some of you, it definitely could be that with I thought we had the Hierophant. Didn't we have the Hierophant? I guess not. Oh yeah, duh, I'm looking right at it, the Hierophant. You know, it could definitely be with, like, a community. Maybe some of you are coming together and you are connecting spiritually to the divine with a community, you know, whatever that might be for you. There's definitely been a judgment call here with death and judgment. This is a rebirth. There's been a rebirth. Okay, let's switch decks. I want to get a couple of these real quick. Anything else that we need to know before we move on? Yeah, we have the Hermit and the Six of Wands. So you're moving towards a victory, okay? For some of you, maybe you've been in some sort of an isolation, or you've been really quiet, or you've been just doing, like, a lot of soul searching. But whatever, and I really do feel like it's because of this divine clarity, whatever that is for you, you're moving towards a victory here with the Six of Wands. That's victory. It's victory after a hard battle. You know, this soldier right here is coming back victorious from a hard battle. From a hard battle with people that they probably couldn't even see, because you see, we only see the hands and the wands. We don't get to see who these people are. We don't even know if each hand is an individual person, or if one person's using both hands to hold these wands. We don't really know, right? So it's kind of like, for some of you, maybe you've had some hidden enemies. That would make sense. Hidden haters, maybe even. And that's why when the divine illuminated with that, like, I just keep hearing a crack of thunder and seeing a flash of lightning. And when the lightning flashes, it's like all of these eyes just, like, all around you. They've been watching, waiting in the shadows, in the darkness, maybe even, like, and this is metaphorical, so please don't get terrified, okay? If this is scaring you, this isn't a reading for you, okay? This is for those of you, this is just confirmation of what you already know. But yeah, what's this one right here? This one's wanting to stick out. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been putting in a lot of work, a lot of hard work. So the thing about the Seven of Pentacles, whoa, sorry. Let me adjust my legs real quick. The thing about the Seven of Pentacles is that this person right here, they have put in the hard work, right? They planted this bush, they've tended this bush, they've fertilized it, they've weeded it, they've done everything that they've needed to do so that this bush can wield the pentacles that they need. And now they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the pentacles to get ripe enough so they can pick them, so they can pluck them, right? There's a waiting game here. You have started something. You have started something with the aid of the divine. You have started something. You are moving towards your true soul purpose, your true soul path, and you are just waiting for the finalization, waiting for something to come in. Let's see, what's the Seven of Pentacles here? What are they waiting for? The Sun. For your happy ending, Knight of Pentacles. It could have something to do with a career move as well. Maybe you're waiting on some sort of financial assistance, or maybe this is something that you've been waiting a really, really, really long time for with the Knight of Pentacles. But the Sun, this is happiness. This is beautiful. And let me tell you something about the Sun too, okay? The Sun is a beautiful, beautiful blessing to come out in any tarot reading. You have the Sun show up in a tarot reading and it just blesses the whole reading. Okay, even if there's a lot of heavy negative stuff, this is a reminder here. This is the rainbow. This is that rainbow. You remember we were talking about that in the beginning, right? In the Bible, God says, I promise no more. I won't flood the earth again. And he gives us the rainbow. That's what this is. This is the reminder. The sun, come on guys, the sun, there's your happiness. There's your reminder. You are with the divine here. Some of you could have an actual son, because this is a child, or maybe you have a child. Somebody here could have blonde hair. Somebody here might ride horses. The letters M or E could be significant as well. I think that's the initials of the artist. But yeah, wow, this is beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. We're gonna end that there, and we're gonna move on to get some oracle cards. Let's see here. Let's do an animal. Let's get you guys an animal message. Whoa. Let's take that one. Ha! The hawk. Messenger. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised at all. I actually saw a hawk yesterday as well. There was a baby squirrel that fell out of a palm tree by my house, and my neighbor saw it and was trying to help it, and so the squirrel ended up being able to prop itself up on the tree and on a special ledge, and was just, calling for its mama. And my neighbor ended up having to leave, so I just kept, checking on it, just making sure that I didn't know where the mama was. I've kind of watched the mama for a couple of years, and so I'm pretty sure that this is her first baby. And I had a feeling, I was a little worried about the baby being up in the palm tree, but probably about 2-3 hours after it fell, the baby had fallen. I'm pretty sure it ended up making its way back up the tree, because I did see mama, and she wasn't too worried. And then I heard the baby talking to mama afterwards. But a hawk came by, and it swooped right by the palm tree, and I was so scared that it got that baby squirrel, and I had to stand up and look and just make sure that it was okay. And I couldn't see the baby squirrel because I think it had already gone up, but I saw mama, and then she went up the tree, and then I heard the squirrel. And so anyway, that's kind of a little bit of a random side note story there. But yeah, hawks are definitely, for me, messengers. So you could be getting a message, but then again, we've been talking this entire time about the fact that you did receive a message, and you received a message from the divine. So let's read the rest of this message. It says, Spirit is sending you messages. Yeah, I think we can confirm that. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Yes, you do have a bright future. With the sun here, it's a very bright sun. Let yourself ascend to new heights. See, I kind of feel like that kind of goes back to what I was saying with the two paths, right? You've been on this path, and I'm not saying that it's not the right path, because I don't really think that I guess I'm just not gonna finish that thought. You've been on this path, this particular path, and you could have stayed on that path, right? Learned your lessons, whatever. But it just kind of feels like that path was just kind of maybe it went up for a little bit, but now it's just kind of it's just leveling out, right? And your destiny is to keep going up. And I think that's what you've done now. Whatever decision you've made, you've decided, instead of to continue to just keep going straight, along that plateau that's just never gonna, you're gonna stay at that one level, let's say level 2, right? You start off in a building, on level 1, you go up the stairs and you're on level 2. And you can stay on level 2, right? Or you can move up to level 3. And I think that for some of you, maybe you've been staying on level 2 or level 3 or whatever, and now you've decided, you know what? I think I'm going to move up. I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to see what's on the next level. And that's kind of that's basically what I'm getting here with that. And so I hope maybe that explanation was a little bit more helpful, I guess. But let's see. I want to get a unicorn affirmator or two for you guys. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, I feel like getting one more. Okay, thank you. So the first one that we have is patience. And it says, congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. Interesting. So maybe for some of you, one of the lessons that you're learning is patience. Oh my gosh. Pardon me. That heart chakra clearing is just massive right now. But yeah, maybe for some of you, and honestly, maybe for some of you, you're learning to be patient with yourself, right? Because I know that, not everybody, but I know that a lot of us tend to put extraordinarily high expectations on ourselves. You know, we don't expect perfection from other people, but a lot of us really do expect perfection from ourselves. And when we make mistakes, we're not very understanding or forgiving with ourselves, most people. You know, we're forgiving and understanding with other people, but when it comes to ourselves, most people, I find, and maybe I'm wrong, but I find most people are not very forgiving or understanding with themselves. Most people tend to berate themselves more than they would another person, or more than another person would berate them. And so maybe for some of you, this patience here is you learning to be patient with yourself, to understand that you are human, and to err is human, to forgive is divine, but to err is human. And if you don't know what that means to make mistakes. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Because we're human. We're not supposed to be perfect. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need to be here. We are here learning lessons. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need to be here learning lessons. So be patient with yourself, you know? For whoever needed to hear that. We have communication. Wonder how the other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism? Euphorism? I don't really know how to say that word. So for some of you, maybe there is a conversation that you need to have, or a conversation you've been thinking about having. Maybe there's a conversation you've been putting off. Maybe you haven't had this conversation because you are not sure if the other person wants to talk to you, or you're not really even sure what to say to the other person or how it will be received. But I think that the fact that this is coming in, and it came in with the Ace of Swords as well, which can also talk about communication, because air is the communication realm, right? It's the mental realm, and that's what Swords is air energy. And again, I'm getting Gemini energy, which is Geminis are very communicative people. I'm getting that they're the talkers. So maybe you're somebody who's not really a talker. Maybe you're like the strong silent type, and there's something here that needs to be communicated. Maybe it's something that you feel you need to communicate, or maybe it's something that needs to be communicated to you. Not really sure. This can also talk about just like maybe there's going to be a situation where somebody might come and try to communicate with you, and this might be a sense of like, you know, maybe you being open for it, or maybe even with this do ask, do tell policy, maybe there's a need to be specific. Ask some questions, get more information instead of just accepting it at face value. Get more information. Make sure that you fully understand everything. For whoever needs to hear that. And then we have friendliness. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. So this is just, you know, a reminder to And I don't really even think that you need this reminder, honestly. I think that maybe this is just despite all of this stuff that's happening, or maybe even not necessarily despite, but in spite of, you're still smiling. You're still friendly. And that speaks a lot about you and your characters, the fact that you can be going through all of this stuff and still be smiling, Still be friendly, still be nice. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to get an angel number, and we'll end this with a note from the universe. And I just almost fell off my chair, so let me adjust myself. Alright, so let's get an angel number. We have 1001. I think that this is a beautiful number. Can you see what it says there? I hope so. It says spiritual awakening. New beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like a dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. I love that, and I think that is exactly spot on, a perfect summary of what I've been trying to say through this whole message, this whole reading. I thank you for bringing that card out and providing further clarity. I grabbed the wrong deck, sorry, I distracted myself. Okay, and then we have a note from the universe, and we are going to end this here. So thank you all very much for taking time to hang out with me. I hope that holy cannolis, I hope these messages were helpful, that they resonated, and that they brought you clarity and confirmation if that's what you were looking for. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that like button. It is a lovely way to show me that you appreciate it. It also lets the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoyed it, so it can push it out more to other people who might also need to hear the messages as well. Subscribe if you want to stay updated on whenever I post. If you want more frequent content, find me over on Instagram. Information is in the description box, and the channel's information. I'm also on TikTok, but I haven't been posting over there a lot recently just because the energies are really just not good over there. So I'm gonna try and go back over there. I'm gonna check it out later on, maybe today or tomorrow, and see what it's like. And if I feel like it's better, then I'll post back over there. Otherwise, I'm still gonna wait. But yeah. So we have two. And the first one, it says, think of every single thing that you have to do to get through a day as things you get to do before your turn is over. Everything's a gift, the universe. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. And we got the sun. You guys, seriously, the divine is telling you how much they love you. Literally. You are so loved. You are so loved. And I really do think that you are on the right path, whatever that might be for you, I really do. This is beautiful. I love that it ended with "You are my sunshine." And then last we have, thanks for every single time you ever fell in love. Whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, and whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. You changer the universe. Actually, you're always loved back. And isn't that kind of like, it just goes right back to what I was saying in the beginning. Love, baby. It's all about love. Love is all you need. And for some of you, maybe this is actually talking about a romantic connection. But for the general most part, I think that the overall message is love. It's unconditional love. You are loved. The divine loves you. And your ability to have that much love inside of you and to be able to pour it out into those around you and the universe around you and the world around you is such a beautiful, wonderful gift. It's something that we take for granted, I feel, is the fact that we have such a capability and a capacity for love, and we have this ability to spread it, to share it. You don't even have to know somebody to share love with them. You can just give them a smile. I mean, a smile can save a life. It really can. You guys don't even know. Like, I'm telling you, love is all you need. Love is all you need. And that is probably going to be my message for the next little while, because I feel like this is something that is so, so, so important and extremely relevant to the times that we're in right now. And I feel like this is something that you yourself are feeling. I just love this, and I'm so proud of you. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and I love you. And I hope that you are having a great day, and I hope the rest of your day is beautiful, and you're beautiful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.